Hi everybody, and welcome to chapter 10, where we are going to talk about more geometry concepts. Only this time we're going to put it together with the math that goes with it. Today we are going to be talking about the area of a parallelogram. And many of you may not know this. I think you covered it last year. You may have forgotten. But this is a parallelogram. I think I did a pretty decent job for a Mrs. McKinley drawing of a parallelogram. Remember, the opposite sides are parallel and congruent. So the base of it is considered that line across the bottom. And then the height would be from the tip of this corner straight down perpendicular. Not this one that's at the slant, but straight down. That is called the height. Okay, so knowing that, many students are not as surprised to realize it has the same formula as a rectangle. The area of this equals the base times the height. Okay, we're going to do a couple together. This is a pretty easy concept, but I want to remind you of how picky that I do get with labels. And that is important if you want to make a little star in red or star it and then color it in red. But let's pretend that this base is 5 inches and the height is 2 inches. A lot of you on a test will put 10. That will be wrong, not just half wrong, it will be wrong because the actual answer needs to be inches squared. That is little tiny inch squares put all throughout here. It's that area covering. Area always has to be written in square units of whatever you're doing. Okay? So this should be rather simple for most of you. If we have a base that is 6 inches and a height that is 10 inches, what is the area? Well, a lot of you go, oh, well, that's easy, 60. I'm not done yet. 60 what? Inches squared. Okay, pause it, try this one. Don't forget the label. All right, 7 centimeters is the base, 4 is the height, so you should have 28 centimeters squared. There you go. Easy as that. Now we are going to try one that is a little bit different. You are given the area of the whole parallelogram as 45 centimeters squared. The height is only 9 centimeters. Okay, so how would you figure out what the base is? Take a minute to look at what you know from this formula. Pause the video and see if you can get it. All right, so if you know that your total is 45, and you know that you need the base, you have base times the height is 9 equals 45. If I divide this side by 9 and this side by 9, I am going to know that the base is going to need to equal 5, and we need to label that. And it's not centimeters squared, it's centimeters, because this is our square number, this 45 that we have right there. All right, we are going to talk through a couple more here, and I'm going to zoom her down. New document camera, getting used to it here. This is a little sketch of Lake Erie up here. And what I did in my green pen was I drew a parallelogram that was generally around it. And the base is 3.6 centimeters and the height is 0.9 centimeters on the map. But I want to show you that the scale is, for every centimeter, it's equal to 92 kilometers. I want you to pause the video and decide what the actual kilometers would be for the base and the height of each of these. And then unpause the video after that. All right, so I wanted to show you what I did for my arithmetic. Is if you need to stop and see how I got to my 331.2 kilometers is the base. And then the height right here is 0.9. I did 92 times 0.9, and I got 82.8 kilometers. Okay, now I wanted to just show you, if we had that information, since we're dealing with a really large area, I would absolutely round in order to find the area. And we're doing approximations because this has a jagged edge. We just drew a parallelogram around it. So we're going to get close. What I would do is I would turn this into 330 kilometers, and I would turn this into 80 kilometers. That's how I would round those. And so I did that, and so my area would be 26,400 kilometers squared. So that's how big approximately Lake Erie would be. All right, final thing I want to try here is if I give you an area of a parallelogram that is 12 inches squared and its base, it's 72. I can't read my own writing. It's 72 inches squared and my base is 12 inches. What is the height? Second one I want you to try is if I give you the area of 125 millimeters squared and we have a height of 5 millimeters, then what is the base? Okay, you can pause the video and try that for me. Okay, so the solutions are right here. The height of that first parallelogram is 6 inches. And then the base of the second parallelogram is 25 millimeters. Again, if you just use this formula, plug in what you do know and you leave that unknown out, that is your X or your unknown, you should be just fine reasoning through these. Please refer to, and I'll put at the top here, pages 5, 14 and 15 if you want to refer back to anything. There are several words that are in yellow. I just decided to explain out loud rather than write the definitions. Hopefully this will be a rather simple lesson for you. Enjoy our geometry unit.